Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Kim on stage. Listen, I want to tell you something about the special you're about to see a snippet of Dustin Nickerson, Overwhelmed. But I want you to watch it first and then we'll talk after, okay?
But the longer you're married, just, the more realistic you get about marriage. And that's so helpful. Me and my wife are very happy. We're also very jaded. Not towards each other, just towards marriage in general. I know this because the last wedding we went to, we were giggling during the vows. Couldn't take it seriously because I know better. I know better. This is not a marriage. This is a wedding. Those are different things. A marriage is tomorrow when they get to the airport and she goes, I forgot my passport. Now you're married. That's the ceremony right there. Today, till death do us part. Tomorrow, I'm going to Mexico alone. You had one job. Paid and planned for this whole thing. You just get, people ask for advice. I always take that as a compliment. Hey, you and your wife, Melissa, you seem very happy. You've been together. How do I know who's the one? I always give them the same advice. I go, listen, ignore everything positive about them. That doesn't help you. We all like the positive things in people. Look at the worst part about them. Look at the most annoying thing about a person, and if you can stand that thing, then that's your soulmate. There's clues along the way. For example, if you're in a relationship with somebody and they say espresso, and you don't want to murder them, then marry them right then and there. I do. There's no X in that word. You are uncultured and illiterate is what you are. That's how I know me and my wife are each other. We can stand, and that should be part of the process. That should be on the dating apps. It shouldn't be I like to kayak. It should be I grind my teeth at night. FYI. Oh, you have a sleep apnea machine? Perfect. That's how I know me and my wife are each other. We can stand each other's annoying things. We can get through it. My wife can't say the word salsa correctly. She says salsa. May I have some chips and salsa? You feel that tension right there? I've said it twice. You all hate her already. I'm out. She's yours, buddy. I'm way worse to be married to, though. I know that. But we do have some of our things. We, together, we are, the whitest couple in history. We look like we were born in a Panera Bread. Do you understand me? Very white. And she somehow, dialed it up a little. She's somehow, a little whiter than me, which is crazy, because look at this. I am, cartoonishly white. I'm aggressively Caucasian. If you were hey, draw a picture of a white person, and then you showed them me, they're dial it back a little. That's too much. You're coming in too strong. Nobody will believe it. I get my whole vibe. I understand. Someone got me a salmon-colored shirt recently. I can't wear salmon. I am salmon. I put it on. I was just floating glasses at that point. Just put on a pair of khakis and it disappeared entirely. Gone. Very white. I understand. I just look like I'm, sitting here waiting for a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot. I understand. That's a knee slapper. I know. Yeah. There's always a relief when I say that. You're finally, he acknowledges the Moranis in the alley. Finally. All right, don't clap that hard. That's a little hurtful. I can't. I've never been profiled really in any way. The closest to profiling it is sometimes when I get in an Uber, the driver will take one look at me and immediately put on Weezer. And at first, I'm always a little offended, and then 15 seconds, and I'm I do like this song, though, all right? Say it ain't so. You got me. No, turn it up. My wife, though, she dialed it up a little more. It's crazy. I grew up in a more diverse area, so I'm just used to certain things that she's not. I'll give you a story. Recently, we're at my son's soccer game. His friend comes up who happens to be black. My wife, who's super friendly, goes, hey, what's your name? And the kid goes, Jameer. And this is the moment that I realized just how white my wife is, because the kid goes, Jameer, and my wife goes, John Mayer. That actually happened. I didn't dial that story up an ounce. Why do you think that's even possible? That Jameer gets thrown up in the atmosphere. Your white brain receives that information, processes it in its totality, and goes, yeah, John Mayer, that's what I heard. I didn't mishear. I am not going to ask a follow-up question. This little black child's first name, John Mayer. That's it. His name is John Mayer. His body is a wonderland. Let's go do white things like brunch in an escape room. Let's go. I have a Groupon. There's a new one. It's a brunch-infused escape room. It's called the Crepe Room. I'm going. Let's go. Singers are clapping like, I would go to the crepe room. I would go. The clue was in the crepe. I'm in. There's certain things though. Like I know I'm way worse to be married to. Part of it changes as you got older. Like a little like when Maggie became a dad, once you're a dad, that's your whole filter through the world. You're very practical. You can't help but not filter everything as a dad, even when it's very serious stuff. When the first big riot happened in June in Minneapolis and that Target got looted, I'm watching that as a dad. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is so stupid. What are you doing? You don't loot a Target, you loot a Nordstrom Rack because they have a way better return policy. You're more likely to get your money, but everything, like even some of the stuff that I was watching, one of the funniest things that I saw is like, I saw a guy steal during one of the riots from a used sporting goods store. Who loots but doesn't get something new? Who has the gall to go steal something? It's like, I'm just gonna get this used hockey stick and go on my way. That's enough for me. I had like a lot of questions and stuff, during it. Like when I went to a few protests and like I have too many questions. But one question that nobody ever has an answer to is nobody tells you what to do with your sign afterwards. I have a sign. It says Black Lives Matter. I believe it. I'm on the team. It's not a nice looking sign. I made the sign. I'm not gonna come home and put it on the wall. But I also don't want to be seen in my neighborhood putting a Black Lives Matter sign in the trash. That's not the message I'm trying to send either. So right now it's in the trunk next to the hockey stick. And
So here's the dealio. I invested in this. We produced this for Dustin because he's a friend of the family. He's an amazing comic, and we want to get into producing and owning our own content. So if you want to continue to support the movement and you like the special, you can rent or buy it in the link in the box below, description box, comments, both of those. If you already have the app, when you buy it, you can watch it within the app. If you don't have the app, you can still buy it and watch it separate. It's also available on Prime Video and Gumroad, but it's a little bit cheaper on the app because we don't have to pay their fees. So the links to all those are below. In the future, we're going to produce more of these, talking with a couple of my other friends about their stand-up specials, things like that, along with stuff on the app. So if you want to rent it, it's like $3. You want to buy it, it's like $7 or $8. If you don't want to do any of that, then hope you enjoyed what you saw. Okay, I love you. Bye.